Thank you. I'm Veena Shanmugam. I'm the service owner for database and middleware services. As Mike mentioned, we'll be talking about DIT's enterprise integration platform, which is Boomi. For every organization, there is a need to combine multiple applications or integrate multiple software applications to provide unique functionalities. So decades ago, they used to have this, they achieved this by using homegrown applications, and every application had a unique functionality. And if application 1 had to communicate to application 6, there would be a direct connection between that, and the logic would be modified so that it worked that way. So as more and more software applications came into picture, it became more complicated because it's very tightly coupled. They have a one-to-one relationship, and it's also very difficult to manage and scale. So in the evolution of the application integration, the next came into the picture is the hub-spoke model, where the applications are loosely coupled, and they can easily be switched between the different needs. So further into the evolution is the service-oriented architecture, which is the enterprise service bus, which makes it even more easier to add and remove components. So they are such loosely coupled that it's like a plug-and-play system, and it's easy to scale. They can connect to heterogeneous systems and services. It's since these applications are independent, it's very easy to monitor and manage their security in that aspect. As time evolved, recently, for ease of access to data, users have started using more and more of mobile and cloud options. So this has become the integration to be more complex, and this is where iPaaS comes into the picture. It has all the benefits of enterprise service bus. In addition to that, it can actually integrate with any cloud and on-prem applications. So Mike just mentioned that it's not Dell-Boomi anymore, but yeah, I have it on the slide here. So Boomi itself, it's an integration platform as a service, which is actually called an iPaaS, meaning that it's a service where the user does not have to worry about maintaining the infrastructure. Everything as a platform has already been integrated. And it also provides a cohesive interface for connecting on-prem and cloud applications. So it can connect to mobile, it can connect to SaaS, it can connect to legacy applications, data stores. It can connect to everything. And coding with Boomi is also very easy. It has a visual designer screen, and it has like visualized shapes. So it also does not have the source code model anymore. It has the process control version model, which actually minimizes coding. And there are a lot of libraries that are already available. As people start developing more and more with Boomi, that all these resources are available, which can be reusable for processes. And we can build our own custom processes as well, which can be used within multiple integrations. For example, error logging or email functionality can be customized, and it can be integrated with different interfaces. So it's very easy to use. And the coding itself, it's like drag and drop. So it has like multiple shapes. For example, the connector shape helps to get the data in and out of the system. The execute shape helps transform the data. And logical shapes are for decision making. So I'll just explain a simple integration, which is here. Yeah. So this basically tries to do an FTP. It's retrieving an XML file, converting into CSV, performing all the data process. It's setting the properties on where it has to go, which file disk, and then it's just dropping there on the disk. So it's that simple. Yeah. So Boomi is being heavily used by some of the agencies, and more agencies are adopting as well. So these are some of the agencies. DHHS has adopted Boomi as their enterprise integration management platform, and it's heavily used for CVMS, which is their COVID vaccine management system. So Boomi basically helps transfer the data between Salesforce, the CDC reporting on how many vaccines were used, how many people got vaccinated. It communicates with the hospital systems. And all the public dashboards that we see, the Boomi is able to transfer the data back and forth for CDMS. Similarly, throughout the pandemic, it's been used for contact tracing, for personal protective gear, Medicaid, and also they also have integrations with the Google Cloud provider. They have over 80 integrations, and they've been doing more and more on that as well. The other crucial project for OAC is the replacement of their systems with Oracle Financials. Okay, so which is the financial backbone replacement project, and Boomi plays a major role there as well. Okay. DPI is going live this week, and they are using it as an ERP solution for their account management for their local education agencies. In addition to that, we also have some in-house developed for within DIT. So we have a System Center Configuration Manager, which manages all the SQL Server automated patching. And we sync that up with our DBA CMDB for our inventory purposes. Similarly, Tableau had issues getting the Delta data out of ServiceNow, and Boomi was a right fit there for the CA dashboard. So we've been using this. So these are just some examples, and there is a lot more actually. Yeah. As a DIT service offering, we offer a managed integration platform that also comes with all the product licenses. Okay. We have an enterprise level agreement with Boomi, and we also provide an on-prem private Atom Cloud infrastructure, which is totally managed by the DIT middleware team. So out of the box, it comes with one enterprise application and 10 technology connectors. So basically, when I showed in the how to use Boomi, so some of the connector shapes you saw is all the connectors. All you need is to procure connectors for for be able to do FTP or connect to Salesforce or the different based on your application needs. So we have these connectors, and DIT loans them to new agencies who are willing to do a POC, and then we also help them procure connectors when they are ready to go live. So, but related to security, we also have the multi-tenancy segregation with a separate account for each agency, so that the agencies don't have to worry about their data being exposed to other agencies. So there is one master account which is managed by DIT. It's mainly used for infrastructure administration and configuration for all the patching and upgrades. And every agency gets their own sub account where and they also have admin privileges, where they can deploy their own code, they can manage their integrations. So as an offering, we also work with the agencies and work with Boomi to help them procure the necessary connectors. So for example, for OAC, our solutions team worked with OAC, and they have over like 340 integrations. So rather than trying to get like 340 integrations, like they came up with a cool solution where they have an FTP server where things get FTP to there, and they just need a single connector. So that way, our teams work with the agencies to ensure that they are not overpaying or they're not using more connectors than they needed. Okay. It also has API management, which gives up to 100,000 free transactions per day. So as I mentioned, we have a private Atom Cloud, which is a shared enterprise infrastructure. But if agencies are willing to have their own atom or molecule, we work with them in helping them building the infrastructure as well. And as a centralized governance, we come up with policies to promote the best practices and for the component reuse. Okay. So as I mentioned, we work with them to optimize their license costs, the connector costs, how they can share their connectors, how common processes can be created that can be shared across agencies, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Are some of the things that we have been defined as the centralized governance, and we are still working as we as more and more agencies are adopting this. So for bringing up agencies, for onboarding them, we also provide ongoing training for the agency developers. We coordinate with the Boomi account executive for onboarding the agencies. We also have a community of practice to share the knowledge. It's called NC.gov Boomi user group. I have the link in here. And we also have bi-monthly lunch and learn sessions, where based on the interests, we also provide, we bring in people either from Boomi or experts from the different agencies who have developed, so that the knowledge can be shared and used by other agencies as well. In addition to that, as a DIT service, for all our middleware service, we have service desk and IMC support. We have proactive monitoring and 24/7 on call. We follow a rigid change management process, and every agency is notified when we are going to make a change, and we coordinate with them for the downtime. We have an experienced staff. In addition, we also have premium support with Boomi, which has an SLA of 1 hour for critical issues, and we work with them closely if a team needs help with them. So our main thing is we make sure the issues are resolved as soon as possible, and with no interruptions to the applications here. So as part of security, we're also constantly checking the security scans and making sure we are in compliance. We are quarterly patching and making sure all our security updates are in place. We work with the ESRMO team to make sure anytime a new application comes on board, we work with them to make sure that we are in the solution is in compliance with security, and it's all well thought through. Yeah. So as I mentioned, in addition, we also have the segregated tenancy for each agency, so that the agencies don't have to worry about their data being exposed to other agencies as well. Yeah, thank you for your time, and please let me know if you have any questions. For later time, you can also reach out to your BRM or open a ticket to the middleware services.